Hello, hello, my friends. I teased this video last week in my Kringle first 3-week haul, and yes, 4th of July is now behind us. This box just arrived on my doorstep, not even joking, you guys, probably about 30 minutes ago. I tore into it so quickly, record time, and I went ahead and set up and decided to film. And what are we talking about today? Well, you clicked on this video, you know what we're talking about. Kringle Candle Fall 2026. So before we get into this video, huge shout out and thank you to Kringle Candle for sending these over to me in PR. I am a brand ambassador for them, and I am just super excited and grateful to have received these because I love the season of fall, just like many of you guys. Truthfully, I love a lot of seasons for home fragrance. I mean, I feel like by the time every season approaches, I'm ready for something new. And I have to tell you guys, in true Kringle fashion, these are not your typical run-of-the-mill fall fragrances. So before I get into the sniffs here, I know you guys are all here for that. Just the general information, this collection is launching this Thursday, July 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be 7 fragrances that are offered. I have 6 candles to sniff here in front of me today. The 7th candle is Autumn Harvest, which is a returning fragrance. Now, I personally am not familiar with that fragrance, but I know a lot of people have loved it, and I will purchase it on Thursday. That way, because I'm curious, just like everybody else, I do plan to purchase it on Thursday. There will be 4 formats that these candles are available in. The ones that I am showing you today are the new 3-wick 22-ounce vessels. If you're familiar with Kringle Candle, they are 100% soy wax candles, poured and made here in the good old USA. Happy birthday, America, 250 years. That's what we just celebrated. And, you know, they are known for their really clean burn, non-toxic. I really, really love this company. I've been purchasing from them for, gosh, 6-7 years now. And yeah, that was long before I even started my YouTube channel. So I am authentically a Kringle Candle lover. And even if I were to say goodbye to my YouTube channel tomorrow, I would still purchase from this company. I absolutely love them. But anyways, these new 3-wick vessels retail for $31. It's 22 ounces of wax. These have now permanently replaced the old style 2-wick, kind of like the pillar style tumblers. Those are being phased out, and now everything new is being poured in these 3-wicks. They will also be available in their 4-wick 32-ounce vessels, which retail for $45. There will be the new single wick tins that are about 3.3 ounces of wax, and those retail for $7. And then soy wax melts. Obviously, you guys, when these initially launch, they are not going to be on any kind of sale, but I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15%. Be aware that that is eligible for a commission, not only just for me, but also if you use any other affiliate code, that those ambassadors can also be eligible to receive a commission. So I feel like that is all of the, all of the little paperwork, admin stuff that we needed to get out of the way. But I am going to give you guys my cold sniff impressions. I am also, my girl Heather, hi Heather, she requested that I maybe make some suggestions for other fragrances from Kringle, whether it's in this initial collection or maybe if there are some other candles from Kringle recently that these might pair with, if I would make some combo suggestions. So I will make sure that I do that. I'm going to do my best to rank these at the end of this video. And I did want to let you guys know that I am not going to be able to have post burns on these initially. I probably will get that going probably by the end of this month. You guys know with this collection, it is not a limited edition. These fragrances, these candles are likely going to be in stock at least through the end of this calendar year. This is not a limited edition run. It's not like the Halloween stuff that it comes in and it's gone. So you do have some time, you guys. If it's not in your wallet budget, whatever, you know, if you've got vacations, if you have car repairs, maybe like I just had recently, you guys do have some time to listen to reviews and make up your mind. But if you're excited and ready to spend, then these are fun to watch too. But yeah, I won't have any dedicated post burns prior to the launch. Kringle was kind enough to have gotten me these as quickly as they did. I mentioned in my video on Friday that they expedited the shipping over here for me on the West Coast, especially because actually at the time that this video goes up, I will be out of town. And so that's another reason why I won't have any post-burn thoughts to share with you guys prior to the launch date. If I do, I will put them up in the community tab, because I am telling you guys, there are a couple candles here that I could actually see myself start to burn over the next couple of days. So, all right, that's a lengthy enough intro. I will have all of the candles that I'm talking about listed in the description box with timestamps, as well as all of the fragrance notes, so that way you can refer back to them. But let's get into what you guys are all here for. Okay, starting out, we are going to start with orange ginger honey cakes. So insert B-roll right here. What is this? Orange ginger honey cakes has fragrance notes of orange zest, candied ginger, honey drizzle, orange syrup, golden buttery cake. This does have a pour date of, let's see, June 11th, 2026. So these were poured just a couple of weeks ago. And I forgot to mention this in the last video, or show you guys this in the last video, but all 3 wicks now come in this type of box. The 4 wicks come in an individual box like this as well, which makes it really nice for either gift giving or storage. Okay, orange ginger honey cakes. Okay, this one to me, it's funny. I'm going to call this collection, I'm just going to outright say this right now. Something about this collection is very nostalgic childhood fall for me, but not in your typical like spicy apple pumpkin. Like, these are bringing up some nostalgic fall fragrances that I've kind of like, they're way back in my memory. They're not the ones that come to my mind at first. Okay, something about this, you're gonna laugh at this, you guys. So where I grew up, the county fair was always around Labor Day weekend. And I think it's the honey cake accord, the like dense accord in here kind of reminds me of going to the fair, but not in a popcorn way. This is not like summer boardwalk. It's not like circus candy clouds. It's not like anything else that I've smelled. The orange notes in here are kind of interesting. I smell honey drizzle. I smell a little bit of candied ginger. It's not like an overly zesty, spicy ginger. I get the orange in here, but again, the orange is, it's not like your fresh, juicy, citrusy orange that you would find in, say, a spring or summer candle. An orange zest, an orange syrup, yeah, for sure. But the base notes are very like dense and buttery on this. Which again, it just, there's something about this that is reminding me, oddly enough, of fall, but not in your traditional fall way. It's good. I'll hold off until the rankings here. I have a feeling that this is one that I might really, really enjoy when I burn it, though. We all know Kringle, more than any brand for me, is one of those brands where I'm like, I have to light the candles up. I can't write them off on cold, because I find that most times with Kringle, when I light them up, they transform for me. All right, the next one is Brown Butter Pear. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about this. Brown Butter Pear has brown butter, juicy Bartlett pear, peach skin, caramel, tonka bean, vanilla, and musk. Okay, this is definitely pear. I do smell pear in here. And I do get, I'm very happy to report, sometimes when Kringle does caramel, they get a little bit too, how would I say, like too caramelized of a caramel, where it comes across almost like scorched instantaneously. The brown butter in here, I feel like, is subdued by the sweetness of the pear. The pear note is in here, and it's very pretty. The only thing that concerns me with pear notes is sometimes when I take a flame to the wax, sometimes pear can turn a little sour to my nose. I'm hoping that won't happen here. But that's the only thing that's making me slightly nervous. But otherwise, you guys, on cold, I really, really like this. Yeah, it's sweet. But again, the caramel notes in here, how it says caramel. I get more of like how they say like the peach skin and the juicy Bartlett pear. It is a sweet, not candied, but it's a very like fresh, pretty pear, not perfumey, but it's good. I like this, but I like that the brown butter, like there is a gourmand warmth aspect to this, but it's not overtaking the brightness and the freshness of the pear. But this is good. I really like this one. Like I said, the only thing that's making me a little bit nervous is sometimes pear notes, when they are burning too long for me, can take a sour turn. So I'm hoping that that is not the case. Okay, white pumpkin and sage. I'm just going to say, you guys, I think this is probably my favorite label. And the funny thing is they notified us that I guess the font on this is darker than the other ones. I actually kind of like this darker font. You guys let me know. I love the label on this though. I think that this is the prettiest label. I feel like it goes with the aesthetic in my home. So white pumpkin and sage has fragrance notes of white pumpkin, sage leaf, bergamot, crushed thyme, clove leaf, cinnamon, agave nectar, vetiver, and basil. Now, okay, I definitely smell sage. I definitely smell kind of what I would call I would call it Thanksgiving spices, right? Like sage, thyme, things that you would put on poultry. This doesn't smell like poultry, but the creaminess of like a white pumpkin there and the spices in this is absolutely beautiful. Much like how I was talking about last week in when I did that haul and I was talking about silver eucalyptus, you're looking at the notes and going, how are they going to blend? Like on that fragrance, eucalyptus with warm spices and a vanilla sugar. I looked at this one the same way and I was like, how are they going to put a white pumpkin with herbaceous notes like sage and thyme? And yet, I'm telling you guys, this works. This is beautiful. Like the more I stick my nose in this one, the more I'm like, wow, that is beautiful. It's not overly like it's gourmand, but not that sage and the thyme note in here gives this a little bit more of sophistication with but I smell the spices in here, but they're very soft. They're not screechy spices. The white pumpkin is like a creamy, oh, this is beautiful. Like I just keep wanting to smell it. So the label, the fragrance, yeah, definitely soft spices in there. Yeah, the cinnamon note, again, very soft. Bergamot, nothing overly like citrusy in here. Agave nectar, vetiver and basil. Again, this is just, you're seeing all of these herbaceous notes, or even like vetiver can come across a little bit more grounded and earthy. And there is a slight element of that. Maybe that might come out a little bit more when it's burning because that's a base note. But again, this is a very, very well-rounded, just, I just want to keep smelling it. It's really, really good. Okay, cedar incense is the next one here that I wanted to show you guys. Cedar incense has fragrance notes of smoldering incense, charred cedarwood, star anise, myrrh, pink pepper, clove leaf, oakmoss, patchouli, and black amber. Now this is the one that also made me a little nervous because anytime I see cedarwood mixed with patchouli, I'm like, I don't know about that. Again, though, I'm surprised. I like this one quite a bit. The cedar note is in there, but it's not like freshly cut cedar wood. I feel like last fall's collection, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't love last fall's collection. I felt like too many of the candles were like cedar wood and patchouli. They all started to smell almost kind of the same to my nose. There was that like rosewood and vetiver. It was very much like I'm going to the craft fair and everybody's been making fresh like wood carvings or something. This one has much more variety. I'm just going to say all of these fragrances are they are not the fall fragrances that you are going to find with any other brand. Even though like I love Caramel Sundays and I love Gift Gala, these are completely different fragrances than what they have done. Kringle, once again, known for being conceptual, known for going outside of the box, and yet all of these work. Like all of these, not one of them have I smelled and been like, oh my gosh, what were they thinking? You know, like all of these are like, wow, I wouldn't have thought to put that together. So again, you guys, I do smell the incense note in here. It's not the like overly dark, what would I say, like super thick incense that we get in some of their Halloween collection, where that has definitely a more like dark vibe. This is a lighter take on an incense note in here. Kind of in line with, I would say maybe like Fog and Embers last year from their Reserve collection. There's a little bit of smokiness to it, but again, it's not an overly smoky fragrance. Smoldering incense, charred cedarwood. Like I said, I smell cedarwood in there, but again, it's not like a freshly cut cedarwood. It's very toned down. And then all of those spice notes in the middle, the star anise, the myrrh, the pink pepper, the clove leaf, very nice. Again, a soft spice in here, almost leans slightly masculine, you know, if you want like a traditional type of description. And I do get some of that oak moss in here. Again, very, very pretty. Again, reminds me of my childhood. My mom had a cedar chest, and it sounds funny. This kind of reminds me of like the smell of my parents' bedroom. And I don't mean that in like any kind of weird way. I mean it in a very like endearing type of way. That's very, very good. Very good. All right, Aspen Ridge. This is another one that a lot of people are quite interested in. Aspen Ridge has fragrance notes of apple, wood, fir needle, spice, and vanilla. So pretty limited on the notes here, you guys. Okay, those of you who love fresh fragrances, this is going to be for you. Apple is the first note that I detect, for sure. It is a strong apple. I think it's the apple note that is, it's okay, buddy. My son accidentally just tripped over the light or the cord right there.
Don't say that in front of everybody.
It's okay. All right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Okay, I will. Okay. Okay, going back to this. This is the apple note that I feel like was in their like their apple rum cake. It's a very, very potent, strong, juicy apple. It's not an overly tart apple. It's a sweet apple, very, very sweet apple to my nose. But it sounds funny. I smell the traditional, if you have had other fragrances from Kringle that have that, like they are known for this like wood and fir tree combo going on, that it's distinctly and uniquely Kringle. I like if you were to blindfold me and say, oh, which brand is this? I would smell it and I'd be like, oh, that's Kringle. That's Kringle. Their fir note is a certain note and they mix it with a wood and they like to throw in apple. I would say if you like, there was a fragrance that was released a couple of years ago called Tranquil Winter. This smells like the fall sister to Tranquil Winter. This has a lot more apple in it. Very, very apple forward version of Tranquil Winter. That's kind of what I feel like I'm smelling here. This is for those of you who love like fresh outdoorsy fragrances. If you are shopping across brands or maybe you're new to Kringle, this is not a dupe. But I am just saying, if you tend to like fragrances in the family of, say, Leaves from Bath and Body Works, then you would like this. Not the same fragrance as Leaves, but it is a very apple forward fragrance that has that like fresh outdoor air. You know what this actually almost reminds me of more than Leaves is Bath and Body Works has a hand soap. I think it's called like Crisp Morning Air or something like that. That's kind of what this reminds me of. I want to say it's Crisp Morning Air. It's a fall release. I haven't had it in a couple of years, but I remember like washing my hands with it and being like, man, I love this. But then I would pick up the candle and I didn't like the candle fragrance. But yeah, this is a very like fresh tree, but fall tree with apple. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to like this one. I will tell you guys, in my family members sniffed this. At least my son, my youngest daughter, and Cody sniffed these. Cody and my youngest daughter, this is their favorite one. They love this Aspen Ridge. That's really, really good. Okay, and then the last one that I wanted to share with you guys is pumpkin cashmere. I think a lot of people are excited for this one too. Pumpkin cashmere has fragrance notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, cashmere, orange, tonka bean, vanilla, and musk. And this one to me, you guys, again, creamy. Like, it's funny, pumpkin is not even listed as a fragrance note, I don't think, in here. They've got an orange note listed. They've got nutmeg, cinnamon, tonka bean. So we've got some spices going on here. We've got vanilla, orange. Again, it's not bright, juicy orange, because you might look at that and be like, how on earth are they getting that? Orange is oftentimes mixed in with some pumpkin fragrances. This kind of reminds me a little bit, not the same, but it's just a comforting, like, pumpkin type of scent, but more of like a white pumpkin, I would say, than last Halloween they had the Lil Devil, which was more of like a very spice forward pumpkin. That candle actually reminded me quite a bit of Yankee Candle's spiced pumpkin, whereas this, I'm getting more pumpkin and spice in this when I'm smelling it. I definitely smell spice, but again, the spices are they're soft to me. They're not like overly, like, say, like their frosted spice is like cinnamon, you know, and that's not what it is to me. It's a softer cinnamon. The cashmere note and the musk in here, it sounds kind of funny. I'm gonna tell you guys, when I first stuck my nose in this, I was a little bit like, I don't know about that. But the more that I'm smelling it, again, it's giving me that nostalgic, there's something nostalgic about it. I would say that the cashmere and the musk, it sounds kind of funny. I mean this in the best way. I'm not sure what the word would be, but it's almost like a, not musty, but like there's a powderiness. I feel like that it's giving off on here. And again, not musty, because musty would mean like old towels and mildewy and stuff. Like, I don't mean it like that. Like, but there is something that's a little bit powdery about this. This is kind of like a powdery pumpkin type of fragrance, but it's softly spiced as well. This is another one that has really, really grown on me the more that I have smelled it. And I do like it. I do like it. I have a feeling that this is one that once I get it burning, I'm really, really going to enjoy it. So let me give some recommendations if you have other Kringle candles in your collection, or maybe you have, maybe just, you know, if you're placing an order, you want some other ones, maybe that will complement it. So I'm going to say, just within the collection here, the fragrances that I think are going to complement each other upon burn, I feel like this pumpkin cashmere will burn really nicely with either the white pumpkin and sage. Yeah, that's going to be a good combo. Or actually, I think it'll go really nicely with this cedar incense. Yeah, I think the cedar incense and the pumpkin cashmere is going to be a good combo. And you guys know, when I say combo, I am always talking about, like, for me personally, I burn one candle out here, one usually in my bedroom, and I like them to complement and not clash. Okay, I would say orange ginger honey cakes. Believe it or not, I actually think that I might burn this with Aspen Ridge, just because they both kind of have like a fruit note in there, but very different types of fruit notes. This is very, very forward sweet apple, and that is more of like a buttery, I don't know. I feel like the that combination is going to be very nice, because this is very dense and gourmand type of heavy. And I just feel like the Aspen Ridge is going to provide something else. So I feel like those are going to complement each other really well. The brown butter pear would probably also go nicely with the orange ginger honey cakes. You could also burn that with Aspen Ridge. Yeah, the white pumpkin and sage. I'm going to tell you guys, this white pumpkin and sage, I think that this will burn really nicely with, I'm looking at it down here, the new American Pie. Oh, not American Pie. I'm sorry. That's another one here. This is going to burn really nicely with silver eucalyptus. I think that that's going to be a really nice combination because, again, we've got some herbaceous notes going on there, some green notes, but then I talked about that silver eucalyptus has kind of like some warmth going on with it. And that's what I feel like this is too. It's like warmth mixed with a green kind of herbaceous note. And they both have spices. So I'm going to try out that combo. And then American Pie, I was going to say, I think is going to go really nicely with brown butter pear. I feel like that's going to be a really good combo. Very interested in that. So I will just say, I'm not sure if it's in stock yet, but if you are placing an order, one of my favorite fragrances, and I actually think that it might go nicely with this Aspen Ridge, is Autumn Amber. It's been at Kringle for a long, long time. I feel like it flies under a lot of people's radar for the fall, but if you are a fan of Bath & Body Works Autumn, very, very similar fragrance. And I bought 2 of those in the 4-wick last year when they had them on clearance. They clearanced them out for like 50% off, so I bought 2 of them. But I would highly, highly recommend that fragrance. Oh, I just keep smelling all of these. Okay, so if we want my ranking on cold, okay, number 6, I'm going to say that is orange ginger and honey cake. Orange ginger honey cake. And again, I like it, but I don't know. I think I'm the most unsure about this one. There is not one fragrance in here, you guys, that I'm like, oh, I'm dreading burning that one for post-burn reviews. Not one. I do like them all. Again, they are all so different from anything else that I've smelled so far for fall collection. So kudos to Kringle for that. Okay, number 5, believe it or not, you guys, I'm going to put brown butter pear at number 5. Again, beautiful fragrance. The only thing for me is that this is really, I really do believe that this is my nose specifically does this. Like I said, pear notes sometimes lean a little sour for me upon burn. So that's the only reason why I'm putting it at number 5, because I am slightly nervous. I am slightly nervous about the pear note. I actually think, again, I will probably burn this with American Pie to start out with, to see maybe, maybe I might be able to give you guys some post-burn thoughts by Thursday and put it like in a community tab post, or put it over on my Instagram. Okay, okay, number 4. Okay, I think number 4 for me is going to be Cedar Incense. Again, I like it. It's probably the most masculine leaning of the bunch. And again, you guys all know that term is very relative, but for context. Yeah, I like it. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about that. Okay, coming in at number 3 is going to be Pumpkin Cashmere. I do like this. Again, this one's grown on me quite a bit. The more I stick my nose in it, the more it's grown on me. At first, like I told you, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. But the more that I sniff it, the more that I really like it. Okay, let me smell these 2. Okay, number 2, I'm going to divert from my family. Number 2 is going to be Aspen Ridge. Again, fresh, apple forward, just beautiful, beautiful fall fragrance. Oh, yeah. If you love those like outdoorsy fall fragrances, this is going to be the one for you. But my number 1 is White Pumpkin and Sage. And I feel like it's just the total package. It's the label, it's the fragrance. It is so like outside of the box, and yet it works. Like I don't know how they did it, but it's absolutely beautiful. So those are my rankings on Cold Sniff. Now you guys are going to want to stick around to my channel, like I said, when I do finally start to get around to my dedicated post-burn reviews, because sometimes things shift. Like I said, you guys, this week, while this video goes up, I am on vacation, but when I come back, I do plan to start, you're going to start seeing some of these fall fragrances that I have talked about in recent hauls start to be incorporated into some of my weekly burn rotations. And so I do have my series that I try to do every week, my Friday 5. Obviously, I won't have that up this week for you guys, but I will plan, it'll probably be my first video back after vacation, probably next week. But I will try to give you guys some kind of like real time kind of post burn updates. And then again, when I get to the halfway point, I usually try to film my post burn reviews. But yeah, you guys, I'm very, very excited. Kringle, well done. Good job going outside of the box. Once again, they set themselves apart, not only with their packaging, not only with their amazing customer service, but the fragrances that they offer are just, they're in a league of their own, and they've done a very, very good job. So once again, you guys, these are going to be available this Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully there won't be any website glitches like there were a couple of weeks ago. Katie15 will save you 15% if you're looking for a little discount, or if you have rewards points, make sure you check to see if you have any rewards points. Whatever will be the greatest discount, go for that. So let me know in the comment section down below which ones appeal to you the most. Let me know if you're planning to shop the drop, or are you going to wait around for a couple of more reviews. But I'm always curious to hear what all of your thoughts are. I hope you guys are all staying nice and cool. Hope you guys had a safe 4th of July holiday. And anyways, you guys, I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.